One of the things that we always highlight in our training program is since our target audience are mostly newbies, people entering into cycling, or simple enthusiasts, not pros. And we always mention that there are many ways of improving your cycling, particularly speed. And one of the free upgrades to gain speed without having to add a lot of mileage is how to lower your frontal surface area. And it gives you the idea that you are in a arrow position but still be able to brake and be able to use your pinky to shift. Move here and be in the drops. If I wanted to stand up, the knees do not hit the handlebar.
In the past 5 to 10 years, pro cyclists are becoming more and more aerodynamic. There's a reason that pro cycling is faster than ever, and it's not necessarily because riders are pushing more watts. Take one look at a professional peloton in its typical arrowhead formation. There's a breakaway 5 minutes up the road, 80 kilometers of flat terrain ahead, and the strongest sprint teams are lined up at the front of the bunch. The rider at the head of the peloton is in full aero mode, elbows tucked, shoulders pinched, and head down low at 45 kph. Time trial positions are a completely different conversation, but in recently the aero road position is closer to the TT position than ever before. Riders such as Remco Evenepoel and Mathieu van der Poel can average 50 kph on the flat on their road bike. Body position plays the biggest role in aerodynamics of a bike rider. Bigger than the aero frame, the wheels, skin suits, etc., the body position is massive. Riding with your hands in the hoods is oftentimes the baseline of what we think when riding a road, gravel, or cross bike. It is the most comfortable to many, gives you easy access to braking, shifting, and great control on the bike. The issue here is that it is a fairly large aerodynamic penalty compared to other positions on the bike. Aero hoods is what I would call the sweet spot for most solo efforts. Elbow bend posture is when riders have their hands on the hoods, their forearms parallel to the ground, and their elbows bent at 90 degrees. This creates the fastest, most stable, and most comfortable position on the flats. If you are in road racing, it is a UCI legal position. You are in control of steering and can hold it for extended periods of time. Your hands on the hoods, but forearms horizontal, back flat, trying to minimize your frontal area as much as possible. Since your hands are still on the hoods, you get most of the control of the bike, but with the frontal area being reduced. For most of us age group recreational athletes, we aren't competing for an overall win at a big race, but we are trying to complete it and maybe even beat a previous time. Focusing on optimizing your setup for when it matters most is key. An important caveat here is that these aero rules are not universally true. Each rider has their own unique physiology, so what works for one rider won't necessarily work for another rider. Having a tight hip angle, for example, seems to work better for shorter riders, but it does not always work for taller riders. Now that we have established the problem, that is, maintaining the aero hood position, we can now mold a carbon fiber working model as the solution. This phase of the project will allow this tool to be accessible to most customers who have opted to commission their own made-to-measure titanium build. All custom-made titanium projects will now offer as an option the Posture Guide Assistance Handlebar for those who want to accelerate their muscle adaptation transformation. This is the single most cost-effective investment a rider can do, upgrading yourself after you've maximized upgrades on your bike. Thank you so much for supporting our channel. I hope today's episode was visually entertaining as well as a future reference guide how we design made-to-measure bikes and geometry purely based on functional biomechanics unique to each individual riding style. Our team will be happy to welcome you in Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, and Manila. Mastering the arrowhead position, your shortcut to speed. A game-changing position that can take your speed and efficiency to the next level. Trust me, once you master this posture, there's no turning back. Unlike the traditional hands-on-the-hood posture, the arrowhead position is all about lower wind resistance and increased aerodynamics. It's the Ferrari of cycling positions, sleek, fast, and efficient. Now, here's the kicker. Many amateur enthusiasts struggle to adapt to the arrowhead position. Why? One word, bike sizing. Most bikes are sized based on height, not riding style. This oversight leads to discomfort, inefficient riding, and a whole lot of frustration. Made-to-measure bikes based on a custom build setup can be the solution. This bike fit chronic pain problem can be permanently solved, and part of the holistic solution is the development of the posture-enhancing handlebar. This game changer is designed to help newbies and seasoned riders alike ease into the arrowhead position. By gradually training your muscles to adapt to this posture, the handlebar enhances your riding experience, making the arrowhead position feel like second nature. So next time you hit the road, remember, mastering the arrowhead position could be your ticket to cycling joy. Say goodbye to inefficiency and hello to speed with a little help from the right gear. Trust me, your legs will thank you later. With the right tools, you can now make posture-specific strength workouts part of your regular physical conditioning. It does not require speed or metrics, but patience and the discipline to hold the posture. With these tools, you can now skip costly bike fits and refits that may cost more in the long term. It helps when you finally sit down and decide to upgrade the most important equipment on the bike, the rider.
My name is Leon Cruz. I'm from the Philippines. I represent CRZ Philippines, Malaysia, and Singapore. And this is my 34th year cycling.
If you are in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, we have our Biomechanics design studio here in Denai Alam, the Max Bikes. And you can find us easily on the map. We're very close to central Kuala Lumpur. This is where we invite our guests to attend our biomechanics workshops. We have seminars, talks. You can ask anything, everything, how we design our bikes, how we decide on the geometry, how each measurement influences your type of riding, and how a custom made-to-measure bike could ultimately be the final solution to your chronic problems. So a part of the program that we organize here is you get to experience firsthand how a mock-up of your bike design would feel like even before the bike arrives, because we want to guarantee that this would be a worthwhile investment for you.
Please join us. I'm sure we're going to have a great time. We're going to meet more friends. We're going to meet new faces. And I really love that cycling is one of those things that bring people closer together. Cyclotourism is real. Let's support it. Now I gotta check out which bike I'm gonna use, but I'm gonna use my winning bike from last year. So we're gonna be using this year. And okay, we're gonna be off.